Pickles are a popular snack loved for their crunchy texture and tangy flavor. They also make burgers taste even better. One American pickle company produces over 500 tons of pickles daily. That's more than 500,000 jars every day. To keep up with production, vast amounts of fresh cucumbers are required. To meet this demand, massive harvesters gather millions of fresh cucumbers. But how are cucumbers turned into pickles? California, especially the Central Valley, is one of the leading cucumber producers in the U.S. The region's Mediterranean climate with mild winters and warm summers is perfect for growing cucumbers. The process begins with harvesting. When cucumbers reach 2 to 4 inches in size, farmers prepare the harvesters, high-tech machines designed to pick large volumes quickly while minimizing damage. These machines use vibration systems to gently separate ripe cucumbers from the vines. Before harvesting, the operator tests a small section of the field, adjusting the speed, shaking intensity, and picking height to ensure only ripe cucumbers are collected while protecting the plants. The harvester then aligns with the crop rows using automatic guidance systems for precise movement. This machine is like a mobile factory. Sharp tines cut the plant's roots, sending them onto a conveyor belt. Inside, metal tines shake the cucumbers free while heavier fruit is separated from the plant. The machine moves through the field, gently shaking the stems so that ripe cucumbers fall onto a continuous conveyor belt, ready for processing. This harvesting system is designed to handle cucumbers, gently preventing bumps or bruises. A conveyor belt transports the fruit to a cleaning system, which removes leaves, branches, and other debris using sorting rollers. The harvester's speed is carefully controlled. Moving too fast may leave cucumbers on the plants, while moving too slowly reduces efficiency. The operator continuously monitors performance, checking for jams or misadjustments, and ensuring that the harvested cucumbers meet size and quality standards. Once cleaned, the cucumbers are deposited into a large onboard tank. Sensors track the fill level to prevent overflow and alert the operator when it's time to empty. When full, the harvester moves to a transport truck at the field's edge. A hydraulic arm transfers the cucumbers smoothly and evenly to prevent damage. The truck then transports the cucumbers to the processing plant, where they are weighed to record the net load and checked for quality compliance. Afterward, they are unloaded into receiving hoppers using hydraulic systems. A quick visual inspection helps identify any damaged, contaminated, or non-compliant fruit. Next, the cucumbers enter an automatic washing system, where high-pressure water jets and rotating brushes remove soil and plant debris. They then move along conveyor belts where workers remove any remaining damaged fruit. Finally, sorting machines categorize them by size, preparing them for the next stage of processing. The cucumbers are sorted by size using adjustable rollers, which divide them into categories and direct them into large tanks. In these tanks, a pickling liquid is prepared by mixing vinegar, water, salt, and spices. The cucumbers are then unloaded into large fermentation tanks filled with brine, a natural preservative that helps prevent spoilage. Kept at a controlled temperature, the cucumbers ferment naturally, producing lactic acid that gives them their characteristic vinegar flavor. After 3 months of fermentation, the cucumbers have turned into pickled gherkins, but the process leaves them with a salt concentration 4 times higher than seawater due to the large amount of salt in the brine. To remove the excess salt, the gherkins undergo a hot bath. During fermentation, turmeric powder is also added. This spice, which comes from a plant related to ginger, doesn't affect the flavor but gives the gherkins their distinctive yellowish color. The brine is drained and replaced with fresh water at regular intervals, continuing for about 24 hours. This process reduces the salt content to an edible level of about 2%. During this time, workers inspect the gherkins and remove any that are severely deformed or have visible spots. Once ready, the gherkins move to a slicing machine. The machine aligns the whole pickles and cuts them with wavy blades, creating even and precise slices with characteristic grooves. The blade settings can be adjusted to control the thickness of the slices and the depth of the waves. The sliced pickles then move along conveyor belts to the next stages of production. Meanwhile, another machine aligns the jars for packaging. The pickle slices are moved to an automated packaging line where they are carefully placed into jars. An operator compresses the slices, leaving space for the pickling liquid, which is poured into the jars. This hot mixture of brine and vinegar completely covers the slices, preventing spoilage. Next, the jars are sealed tightly using high-speed sealing machines. A pipe releases a burst of steam into each jar, heating the air inside. As the jar is quickly removed from the steam and the lid is put on, the sudden temperature change creates a vacuum under the lid. This is what causes the slight popping sound when the jar is opened. The jars then pass under a sensor that checks for air bubbles under each lid. If a jar fails the test, a robotic arm removes it from the line. The sealed jars go through pasteurization tunnels where they are heated to over 100 degrees Celsius for a specific time. This kills any harmful microorganisms and ensures the pickles remain stable for a long time. After pasteurization, the jars are quickly cooled in water to stop the cooking process and preserve the cucumber's texture. Once cooled, the jars continue down the line to be labeled with product information, such as the brand, ingredients, net weight, and expiration date. The finished products are then stored in climate-controlled chambers ready for distribution. Finally, the jars are packed into boxes or trays and prepared for transport. This entire process ensures that the pickled gherkins maintain their fresh flavor, crunchy texture, and high quality, staying perfect for consumers without deterioration. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on new content, and hit the like button.